Won the lottery.
If you won the lottery?
Yes. I won the lottery.
I would take half of it.
Okay.
And then I'd leave you. Never talk to you again. And live on a private island by myself.
Okay, that's creepy. So what if I were to tell you that I've won the lottery and it was a scratcher and I won 40 bucks? So here's half. And how about you get out of my car?
This guy is a king for how he handled this selfish child of a woman. Better now than after marriage, kids, and a house, before he gets destroyed financially and mentally in family court. A narrow escape is still a victory. Modern men are finally waking up to the reality that early red flags become lifelong regrets. She showed entitlement at the start. Imagine her with a ring and a lawyer. Men don't dodge bullets anymore. We dodge artillery. Peace comes from discipline, not desperation.
Like all those businesses that men start for their wives so they don't cheat. You know, you send her to the gym, she might F the personal trainer. We tend to think we're more important than we are. We take more credit for what we do. Ego gets too big. They bring a bunch of drama to the relationship. You know, they're single friends full of drama, create issues in the marriage.
It's just not worth it. They have no loyalty and they don't see men as human beings. You're just an ATM and a placeholder until they don't need you anymore. Modern dating is a transaction, not a partnership. Men give time, resources, effort, and protection, and receive conditions, complaints, and comparisons. Loyalty died when validation became free. You're not a man in their story, you're a service provider. Stop applying for a job where appreciation doesn't exist.
Question for the people who are out there saying that we need to bring back traditional values, okay? What are you talking about? Are you talking about back when women couldn't open a bank account without their husband? Or are we talking about when women had more time to bake because they weren't allowed into the workforce? Which traditional values are you talking about?
Which traditional values do you like? You know, because they're getting mad now. These women are so fired up and twisted and like it all to, be in a bunch because they know, because guys are coming out and now saying things like, I want a woman with traditional values. And they're like, what does that mean? Does that mean that you want me to go back? It's like the 1950s. They only know the talking point, like the dumb talking points.
Women want a traditional man but don't want to be traditional women. Bring back appreciation, friendliness, and respect. You can't demand a protector while behaving like a rival. You can't ask for old-school masculinity while bringing modern entitlement. Provision without appreciation is slavery. Respect is the currency of a traditional relationship. And modern women are broke.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. I just want to live alone and live selfishly. I promise you that, especially as a woman, you will find the most fulfillment in finding a man that will settle down with you, protect you, provide for you. And I'm telling you this, I say it in a harsh way online all the time, but it's honestly for your own good. I really do believe that. And I think that society too much is telling women that you don't need this.
A word of advice: never settle down with a woman who lived her party era and now suddenly wants commitment. A past full of chaos doesn't magically convert into wife material. Men aren't judging, they're calculating. History predicts behavior. The deeper the streets, the shorter the stability. You don't build a kingdom on shaky foundations.
You tell women the unflattering truths about what it takes to get a man and keep him, most importantly, not just get him, but keep him, which most modern day women suck at, they get mad. A lot of women can't handle the truth. If I tell them something along the lines of, be respectful, don't talk too much, don't be annoying, no one really cares about your opinion like that, cook him food, when his friends are around, make him look good, serve everyone a drink. When I say these things, right, don't be promiscuous, respect yourself, dress modestly, don't go out to the club with your friends, most modern day women are going to look at me and say, what is this, 1951? But then they'll turn around and they'll expect you, if someone intrudes into the house, to protect her. If someone steals a bag, they expect you to chase that guy down and beat him up. They expect you to be the breadwinner and pay most of the bills. They want you to be a traditional man, which is cool. I agree. Men should be traditional, but they don't want to be a traditional woman. That's my issue. So when I tell women, you want a traditional man that's going to be chivalrous and treat you well, you need to be a traditional woman.
Modern women want the benefits of chivalry and the benefits of feminism. They want to be strong and independent until the bill arrives. You can't have two worlds. You can't demand traditional protection while preaching modern rebellion. Real men don't reward hypocrisy. Respect goes to the women who understand partnership, not privilege.
Men, it seems like most of you want a traditional woman who stays at home, doesn't work, and takes care of the kids. Many of you also believe that women who mooch off men are just gold diggers looking for the next wallet to marry and divorce. Let me break this down very simply for you. If you want a stay-at-home wife and kids, you have to sacrifice something. Are you going to sacrifice your luxurious life for a simpler one so you can support a family? Or are you going to work twice as hard to maintain your current lifestyle while supporting a family? Because you can't work the same amount and maintain your lifestyle unless you combine incomes, which means your wife is not staying at home. I also get that men have it hard in the dating world, and women are more brainwashed and entitled than ever. I also fully understand that family court discriminates against men, but if you think that gambling your money on a marriage is a raw deal for you, guess what? It's also a raw deal for a woman to sacrifice her career and stay at home with zero insurance against you ruining the marriage. Your voices have been heard loud and clear for years now, and we've made a ton of strides in the fight for men and masculinity. But it's time to start asking the hard questions so we can actually bridge this gap.
There's a difference between a gold digger and a traditional woman. One consumes, the other contributes. A traditional woman builds the home, the family, the peace. A gold digger builds expectations and excuses. One stands beside you, one stands on you. Men aren't confused, and the behavior tells the story.
I personally really value traditional gender roles. I think the most beautiful thing a woman can do is be a wife and raise children and nurture them. And I love a man to be strong. I want him to protect and provide, because that allows me as a woman to get into my feminine energy, which I believe is where women are most happiest. When women feel safe, we feel protected. Be feminine and be happy and be sweet. And for some reason, those at the top, the elites, whatever you want to call them, are trying to switch this all around. And what happens is men and women start to reject each other. We don't like each other. I don't want a weak man, and a man doesn't want a masculine woman, and so we don't get together, and then there's no children. It leads society down a very dangerous and dark and also a very lonely path.
Men protect this woman at all costs. She speaks sense. A feminine woman with clarity is rare in today's noise. Women like her don't fight men, but they complement them. She shows what partnership is supposed to look like. Respect without resentment. Strength without masculinity, care without competition. You don't find women like that in clubs or dating apps.
You said if you don't know what you want, how's your partner supposed to? What do you want?
I want someone who has a high level of integrity. I want someone who's kind, not nice. And I want someone who is very disciplined. Because the thing is, like, people talk about, oh, I want this job, I want this lifestyle, yada, yada, whatever it is. I think if you focus on core values and characteristics of people, that is something that you can go a lot further with, because they will end up being there. Your partner doesn't need to be everything for you. We are social animals. It's not fair to put everything on a guy in this situation, to be your best friend, your confidant, the one that's supposed to provide you excitement, but also stability and security. It's not fair to ask one person to give you all these things when most of us can't even give it to ourselves.
Sure.
So it's looking for what you need, not necessarily what you want.
No tattoos, no inappropriate clothing, no crazy hair dye. Just modesty, calmness, and values. A model for women to follow. Femininity isn't weakness, it's power. Men don't want perfection, right? They want peace. A soft aura, quiet confidence, and stable values outshine makeup and filters every time. Traditional doesn't mean outdated. It means undamaged.
None of us in here can be considered traditional women. And back then, an average guy could get a traditional woman. And now what does he get? He gets a boss bitch, a boss babe, a girl that's been ran through. He gets an ex-hoe. He gets a born-again virgin. Like,
what do
this
I
is,
get?
as women, this is what do we get? We still get protection and provisioning.
Are you sure?
And the average salary, the average,
not.
I mean, okay, but here's the thing. The average salary could cover an apartment. But the thing is, like, women, we want this lifestyle that's not even realistic nowadays. Like, we want men that make more than we do, and we want them to pay all of the bills. But it's like, we all have our nails done. We have, we get our hair dyed. We have makeup. We have all of this stuff that costs money because we want this lifestyle. And I've had girls come on my show, and I say, would you date an average guy for companionship, but you would have to go down in lifestyle? And they say, no, we're addicted to lifestyle.
Facts. Traditional men want traditional women. Both still exist. You just won't find them in places built for attention. Quality doesn't advertise itself. The best men are building their lives, not posting about them. The best women are nurturing their values, not their follower count. Real connection lives where distractions die.
I would argue that if an older woman had told this younger lady or any younger lady that this is how boys see you, if you do that, you would act differently if someone had told you that. I think men do a much better job of checking each other because men see themselves in younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. So a man...
Bars.
Gospel.
She's good. You better teach.
Hey.
It's because a woman's reward is in youth and a man's reward is in growth. Men rise with age, power, money, clarity, presence. Women peak earlier, beauty, fertility, youth. Nature isn't unfair, it's balanced. Problems arise when people fight biology instead of working with it. Growth beats resentment every time.
As a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who's willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role.
So you do not want to have to be traditional and you don't want to play your role in the relationship, but you want him to have to play that role in the relationship. No, a traditional man will be attracted to a woman that is more traditional and wants to play that role and to have that perfect harmony and that balance. Somebody said, I want a traditional man without being a traditional woman. Yes, exactly. All of the benefits, none of the responsibilities. Learn how to bake some sourdough bread and raise some damn children, and then maybe you can get one.
I want to be a non-traditional woman, treated like a traditional woman. That's the modern motto: zero investment, maximum reward. You can't demand the benefits of a role you refuse to fill. Men finally learned the truth. Stop giving wife treatment to someone with roommate energy.
Historically, there were certain gender expectations and things were very different.
Women were biological.
Yeah, it's biological.
But when we say, okay, we want a man to provide, which is what they have been doing for thousands of years, all of a sudden, like, that's not okay, right?
But if you're expecting that from a man, shouldn't he expect you to act as the traditional form of
Totally,
woman?
yeah.
So, okay.
So
but
you're traditional in your behavior?
I have traditional behaviors, yes. I would say so.
Really?
Yeah. You can talk to any of my exes if you want.
What are your traditional behaviors?
I like to cook. Cooking, woohoo, feminism.
Her reaction told everything. There is no traditional value there. She wouldn't cook, wouldn't nurture, wouldn't support. Traditional treatment is earned, not demanded. Men don't provide to prove themselves anymore. They provide when they see peace, loyalty, and humility. A woman who mocks tradition doesn't deserve its protection.
My husband frequently talks to me being like, when are you going to be done with your bachelor's? When are you going to be done with your bachelor's? I'm so tired of watching you get stressed. I just want you to stay home all day and do what you love. Cook, hang out, hang out with the cat. Like, he genuinely, and he was so much more excited when I got my job at the grocery store than he was when I brought home my 4 whatever GPA for the whateverth time this last semester. And honestly, like, if you really want to just be able to hook a guy, like, be good at making food. I promise you.
The looks on their faces showed how much they hated seeing genuine feminine happiness. Modern women attack what they envy. Misery loves company, but femininity loves peace. When women witness a happy, traditional woman, it reminds them of everything modern culture stole from them: softness, stability, and support.
Consider this, right? The average guy today, his granddad had to put in a quarter of the work to get the kind of woman that is 4 times as amazing as the woman he's attracted. Like, his grandmother was an amazing woman and a very, very feminine, natural woman. And his granddad really didn't have to do the kind of work he has to do right now.
So you're talking about hoflation.
Yes, it's hoflation.
Hoflation, so modern men have to work 5 times harder than their grandfathers did for women 20 times worse than what their grandmothers were.
The quality of men back then was better because men built themselves relentlessly. That's the standard we must return to. Masculinity is earned, not inherited. Strength, discipline, leadership, emotional control, these are habits, not traits. If men elevate themselves again, the world adjusts. Rise first, everything else follows.
So this is another comment that I had to respond to.
So this lady said they want traditional women, but not giving traditional men. And this comment reminded me of a conversation that my friend and I was having. She said that she took a communication class, and her instructor had her walk down the toy aisle for boys and then walk down the toy aisle for girls. And she said that what she noticed is that all of the toys for the little girls were geared toward nurturing. You know, little girls play with kitchens. They want to be brides for Halloween. They have makeup. They have baby dolls. So everything, they have doctor kits for little girls. So everything that revolves around being a little girl and girl toys is all about being raised to be a wife and a mother. Everything in the boy aisle for the boy toys is all about having fun and make-believe shit. So it's absolutely laughable to me how they swear up and down that Western women were not raised to be wives when our childhoods, our toys, and little girls in general would say the exact opposite. Now, meanwhile, on the other hand, they are the ones who were not raised to be husbands, because none of their toys revolve around fatherhood or being anybody's spouse. And then once they get done playing with toys, they go right into the video games where the primary focus is scantily dressed women and the men running around either stealing cars or unaliving people. That is their childhood in a nutshell. So excellent point and excellent observation. In fact, if you guys want to stitch this video and talk about, like, if you just happen to be in a store with toys, walk down that aisle and observe what you see that boys are playing with and what little girls are playing with. And are little girls being groomed to want marriage and families versus the little boys? Let me know what you see. If you have a son and daughter, let me know the differences.
Gender roles have always been subtle, natural, and balanced. Men protected, women nurtured. That wasn't oppression, it was harmony. Today's confusion comes from forcing two energies to swap places. Peace lives where nature leads, not where politics dictates. Thanks for watching Male Imperium. Men aren't avoiding modern women, they're avoiding modern problems. Like, share, and subscribe for more truth delivered with discipline. Stay sharp, stay free, stay Imperium.